All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles that we will, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. This is just some short and quick. Um, it says FBI releases new images of DC pipe bomb suspect by Katie Tur of MSNBC. Now, Esau normally does this so he can pass legislation. You know, Esau know that the Lord is coming back and he got to hurry up and try to fulfill his agenda. So what he does is get guys to do things of this nature, you know, to help him speed up his agenda, you know. So I'm just going to go ahead and play the clip and then add some precepts.
The FBI has raised the reward for information about the person who placed pipe bombs at the RNC and DNC in Washington before the Capitol siege. The Bureau also released new images related to the suspect and says that the bombs were planted the night before January 6th. This is the person they're looking for. The Washington Post obtained this security camera footage of the suspect carrying a backpack just after 8 p.m. on January 5th. Joining me now is NBC News Justice correspondent Pete Williams. Pete?
Well, you're right. This is the new information that we have, that the investigators have concluded that the bomb was placed the night before they were discovered. The bombs, I should say, plural, discovered the next day. It was just about 90 minutes before the Capitol riots began that these two devices were found at the headquarters of the two National Party offices on Capitol Hill, a few blocks apart. And that served to sort of draw away some of the police who should have been at their posts at the Capitol. They were responding to the reports of these, what the investigators say were fully working bombs made of metal pipe with a common sort of kitchen wind-up timer on each one. And they have a more detailed description of the suspect that you see in these videos. Now, to be clear, these are videos that the Post got by doggedly going around to various addresses and asking for surveillance video. But the FBI tells us they've already seen and have these videos. And they say that the person was wearing a face mask, a gray hoodie, and distinctive footwear, Nike Air Max Speed turf shoes, black, gray, and yellow, and carrying a backpack. So they're obviously still don't know who this was. They are very eager to have more public help. And to help loosen people's memories, they have increased the reward here to $100,000 now.
Is this still a national search, or are they zeroing in on a particular area for this suspect? Could he possibly be a local D.C. resident?
They just don't know, and that's, I think whenever you see the reward money offered, it's a sign that they don't really have any suspects, and that's why they're eager to get public help. And, you know, very often when they do this in bombing investigations around the country, somebody will see something that strikes them as familiar. But it is these videos from which the FBI had pulled earlier, the still pictures that we'd seen in the two wanted posters, the one that came out a week or so ago, and then the one that was issued today with the new reward offer.
Right. So, just as a note, the only person that you would think would wear shoes like that is Jake. I have really not ever seen any Edomites wear any shoes that look like that. You know, and then the way he's walking in them shoes, doesn't even look right. So Esau can be using like an operative to wear them shoes, you know, and make it look like a black guy is wearing them, or, you know, maybe a Latin or whatever the case may be. But Esau knows how to set up stuff and be deceptive and whatnot. And then they can use that, and I don't know if they use that because I didn't get to read the article on why they kept them 25,000 troops in Washington, D.C. Normally it's like around 20. They added an extra 5,000, but that was only because they got to speed their agenda up and bring in this new world order so that they already have their troops. See, they know that the police, you know, and certain agencies, certain people within the FBI, maybe even CIA, be in these militia groups, and they're totally against what the government is doing. And since the Lord got the truth springing from the earth, and Esau making his tongue fall upon himself, the people are waking up, especially a lot of these Edomites. So they're preparing to go against the government. That's why Esau's calling in these troops, to fight against the people. And that's why they used other cases to pass legislations declaring, the Patriot Act. America is a battlefield. That's a legislation. The people that's in America are homeland terrorists. Project Megiddo. Esau does everything for a reason. So this wasn't done for no reason. This ain't something that you normally, not saying you normally see it, but over the last couple years, there's been so-called terrorist attacks in the USA, um, and I think this is the first time I've seen something like this. But as far as the bomb at the Capitol, yeah, this is new. I've never heard of anything like this, So this is just the furtherance of Esau's agenda, whether or not, because a lot of this stuff probably not planned, but they know how to use it, So, but Esau uses this stuff to help further his agenda, man. So, I'm gonna start with this Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon. Meaning coming up out of the mind frame of Babylon and the philosophies of this world, that's got you serving Satan, the devil, man. For whatever it may be. Going to school, becoming a Democrat, Republican, being a police officer, worshiping Satan, being a game banger, etc. And deliver every man his soul, right? Because the Lord raised up men. He has his he-goats out here doing his will, declaring the gospel, the truth of the matters that's up in the news, because the news is part of the prophecy. We're explaining it through the spirit of power. How about Shema Shai, man? So us men that's out there doing it, that's on the highways and byways, we was given this task, and through the spirit of power, how about Shema Shai, that's what we've been doing. And the younger brothers that's coming in, y'all have the same task, to get your mind out of Babylon. Be not cut off in her iniquity and her philosophies and her wickedness. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, right, man? That's why stuff like this is happening. These things like this, these terrorist attacks upon the U.S. soil, and all these troops being brought into this country, and the laws and legislations being passed, ain't for nothing. That's prophecy that's leading up to the destruction of this place, man. That's the time we're living in. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon, America's going to be destroyed for what it has done to the black/Native Americans. The philosophies that it has pushed out over the world. And, through the spirit of power, how about Shema Shai, we came up out of the mind frame, and brothers that's coming in are coming up out of the mind frame to teach the people, and get, so we can get our deliverance. Because that's part of the prophecy also, man. Here's the reason why I'm bringing out this clip, so Jake, so you won't be asleep to what's really going on, This is Micah. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Talking to the elites, destruction unto the elites that's devising plots and plans such as this, man. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. So the elites don't do nothing but try to devise plans to bring in a new world order, and this is part of that agenda, because enough acts such as this, and they can declare martial law or whatever the case may be. You know, they can pass legislations. The first thing Biden did when he came into office was pass legislation. The first news article was 17 legislation. You know, and I don't know how much he's passed after that, but that was one of the first things he has done. And they're still talking about it in the news. As soon as he came in on business. And, you know, they saying that he might lose steam. But we at the end of this, man. We at the end of this man's kingdom. So, you know, he can very much well just keep putting more legislations in as the time continues to go. But they got to bring in this new world order. You know, it says, yeah, I just want that first part. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Oh, nope, I got one. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. Verse 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, talking about Esau. Esau has the spirit and the soul of a devil, which is the reason why he brings stuff like this to pass, man. Or he brings things like this, you know. But the just shall live by his faith. So even though they got all these type of things going on, the elect, the chosen are not going to be deceived because of their faith, and they're going to make it through by their faith. Um, hmm. Verse 5, it says, yea, also because he transgresses by wine, his philosophies, he is a proud man. Right, man? That's why Esau doing this stuff, because he's very proud, man. And he's think that since the Lord hasn't judged him, you know, that he can get prouder. Neither keepeth at home. And he's in other countries doing the same thing. Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. You know, and Esau, everywhere he goes, he's killing people, man. You know, and soon to come, it's going to be, this COVID-19 was a part of their plan. That's why people dying. And there's going to be other plans to come that's going to, thousands upon hundreds of thousands of people are going to be put to death. You know, who enlarges his desires hell and is his death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations. Hence the reason why all nations are located in America, the melting pot, and heapeth unto him all people. So I'm gonna stop it at that. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Right, talking about you people upon this earth. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, Esau, is come down unto you, having great wrath. The devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. Right, Esau know that he got a short time, man. That's why he's bringing stuff like this out. And now he got 25,000 troops just sitting in Washington, D.C., man. For what, man? Because it's part of his agenda to bring in a new world order, you know, which is still prophecy, and it's ultimately being done by Yahweh Shema Shai. Esau doesn't have any power. Hold on, give me a second, because I got two more. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 21. The king's heart, meaning the king's mind, is in the hand of the Lord. At the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will. Right, man? And Trump, before he got out of office, brought these troops in here, man, which is part of their agenda, man. You know, and that was from the Lord, man. One more. This is Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. A man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So this ain't being done by no man, man. This is being done by the Spirit of the Lord. By Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord is doing this. Got these men acting how they're acting and bringing about this agenda. Salakia. You know, ain't no man doing this, man. Satan ain't doing this, man. The Lord got control of everything that goes on in this whole world, planet, etc. You know, down to the littlest of things, man. You know, and brothers got to keep that in mind. New brothers that's coming in got to keep that in mind. Everything happens because of Yahweh Shema Shai. No matter the good, no matter the evil. On top of that, we should be wanting stuff like this to happen so we can get up out of this kingdom, man. You know. So with that being said, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles that we will. And salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.